Family Ties, the beloved sitcom that aired from 1982 to 1989, captured the hearts of viewers with its memorable characters and timeless humor. Now, more than 4 decades later, fans are left wondering, where are the cast members today? From Michael J. Fox's iconic portrayal of Alex P. Keaton to the unforgettable performances of Meredith Baxter and Michael Gross, this article takes a closer look at what the stars of Family Ties have been up to in 2024. Join us as we revisit the beloved show and catch up with its talented cast members, reflecting on their careers, lives, and lasting impact. John Hancock, born on March 4, 1941, played Gus Thompson, a warm and wise friend of the Keaton family, appearing at the age of 42. Despite his affable on-screen demeanor, Hancock's life was marked by struggles. Raised in poverty in Missouri, he worked tirelessly to escape systemic racism in Hollywood, taking minor roles to support himself. His breakout came in Family Ties, but the success was short-lived, as he faced consistent typecasting and financial instability. Hancock's marriage to a fellow actress ended in divorce after their attempts to balance careers and family failed. They had one daughter, Julia, whose relationship with him grew distant over time. Hancock also battled health issues, including diabetes, which he neglected due to the demands of work. Tragically, he passed away on October 12, 1992, at 51, from a heart attack, leaving behind a legacy of perseverance in the face of systemic obstacles. Ben Piaza, born on July 30, 1933, joined Family Ties as Mr. Wirtz, a stern yet kind-hearted recurring character, at the age of 51. Behind his commanding presence on screen lay a life fraught with personal challenges. Ben grew up in Depression-era America, enduring poverty and a fractured family dynamic after his father abandoned the family when Ben was just 7 years old. His acting career spanned decades, with notable appearances in films like The Blues Brothers, but he remained underappreciated in Hollywood. Ben was married to actress Dolores Dorn in the 1960s, and they had 2 children. However, the couple divorced after years of tension caused by Ben's workaholic tendencies and struggles with alcoholism. The divorce strained his relationship with his children, one of whom he barely reconciled with before his death. In addition to his professional disappointments, Ben battled cancer for the last 5 years of his life, passing away on September 7, 1991, at 58 years old. Richard Venture, born on November 12, 1923, brought a commanding presence to the role of Agent Bert Carlisle in Family Ties, portraying the determined and authoritative character at the age of 60. His life, however, was a blend of triumphs and tragedies. A World War II veteran, Richard's early life was marked by the horrors of combat, leaving him with lingering PTSD that he struggled with for decades. After finding solace in acting, he built a successful career on stage and screen, appearing in notable works like All the President's Men and Scent of a Woman. Despite his professional accomplishments, his personal life was fraught with challenges. Richard experienced 2 divorces, with both marriages ending in bitter disputes over his demanding career. He had 4 children, but strained relationships with them left him feeling isolated in his later years. In 2017, at the age of 94, Richard passed away peacefully, leaving behind a legacy that was both inspiring and bittersweet. Sam Whipple, born on September 25, 1960, played Bill, a minor but lively character in Family Ties, at just 24 years old. Known for his youthful energy on screen, Sam's off-screen life was marked by personal struggles and untimely tragedy. Growing up in California, he faced challenges from an early age as the youngest of 5 siblings in a financially unstable household. His acting career, while promising, was cut short by illness. Beyond Family Ties, Sam appeared in shows like The Larry Sanders Show and ER, but his work was sporadic due to health issues that he kept private. He never married and often spoke of his loneliness in interviews, describing his love life as a series of near misses. In 2001, Sam was diagnosed with cancer, and despite his efforts to fight the disease, he passed away on June 3, 2002, at just 41 years old. His loss was a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the pressures of an unrelenting industry. Lois Deany, born on May 4, 1930, portrayed Mrs. Rose Handelman, a kind-hearted and community-oriented character, at the age of 54 during her time on Family Ties. Off-screen, Lois's life was a mixture of success and sorrow. Born into a conservative family in Scotland, Lois moved to the United States to pursue her acting dreams, facing cultural barriers and financial struggles as a young immigrant. Her career spanned decades, with standout performances in Annie and Moonstruck, but she always felt overshadowed by more prominent stars. Lois married a fellow actor, but their relationship was fraught with infidelity and arguments about career sacrifices, leading to a quiet separation after 30 years together. The couple had one daughter, with whom Lois maintained a strained but loving bond. In her later years, Lois suffered from declining health and the loss of close friends in the industry, which deepened her sense of loneliness. She passed away on April 3, 2021, at the age of 90, leaving behind a career that, while impactful, often went underappreciated. Priscilla Moral, born on June 4, 1927, was 55 when she played the wise and nurturing character Kate in Family Ties. Moral's career was well established, with a body of work spanning TV shows like The Mary Tyler Moore Show and films such as The Great Outdoors. Her childhood in Boston was shaped by the early loss of her father, a traumatic event that pushed her mother to work long hours to support the family. Priscilla married twice, but both marriages ended in divorce, and she never had children of her own, a decision she reportedly struggled with in her later years. Her second marriage ended particularly acrimoniously, leading to a period of solitude for Moral. Despite her professional success, she quietly fought a battle with breast cancer, which she kept largely private. In her final years, Moral continued to work on television, taking on guest roles despite her declining health. She passed away on November 9, 1994, at 67 years old, remembered as a talented actress whose quiet dignity and skill brought richness to every role she played. Walter Olquich, born on May 14, 1948, was 36 when he appeared as Bill Channing in Family Ties. His character added a layer of warmth and humor, though Olquich's real-life journey was more complex. Raised in a household marked by domestic turmoil, his early life left him with deep emotional scars. Olquich rose to fame with roles in TV shows like Twin Peaks, but his career never fully took off as he had hoped. A constant battle with weight and knee problems limited his acting opportunities, and he faced numerous health challenges as he aged. His marriage to Judy, with whom he had a son, Zach, was often strained by financial difficulties, and they ultimately grew apart. Walter also battled with depression and substance abuse, particularly after his career stagnated. Despite these personal demons, Olquich continued acting in small roles, finding solace in his craft. He passed away on April 6, 2021, at the age of 72, following complications from his prolonged health issues, leaving behind a legacy of enduring but often overlooked talent. Philip Baker Hall, born on September 10, 1931, was 57, when he portrayed Drive Harrison on Family Ties. Hall's acting career spanned decades, but it wasn't until his 40s that he gained widespread recognition in Hollywood. He became known for his commanding presence and depth in roles, particularly in films like Magnolia and Hard 8. His early life was marked by hardship. Growing up during the Great Depression, his family struggled financially. He had a tumultuous first marriage that ended in divorce and left him with emotional scars. In his later years, Hall married again and had 2 daughters, but his career often came at the cost of strained relationships. Despite battling health problems, including emphysema, he continued acting well into his 80s. Hall's health issues worsened in his final years, but he remained dedicated to his craft. He passed away on June 12, 2022, at the age of 90, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances that demonstrated his resilience and dedication to the art of acting. Bunny Summers, born on February 23, 1924, played Barbara, a nurturing and wise minor character, at the age of 59 during her time on Family Ties. Bunny's off-screen life was filled with heartache and perseverance. Growing up during the Great Depression, she worked multiple jobs to support her family and often found herself the caregiver for her younger siblings after her mother fell ill. Her acting career began later in life, and although she appeared in numerous television shows and films, she was often typecast and struggled to gain recognition for her talent. Bunny was married to a fellow actor, but the marriage was turbulent, ending in divorce after years of emotional strain. She never remarried and had no children, devoting her life to her craft instead. One of her greatest sorrows was the loss of her closest sister to illness, a pain she carried silently for decades. Bunny passed away on September 9, 2010, at the age of 86. Wendell Meldrum, born on July 21, 1954, portrayed Kathy Brady, a quirky and humorous recurring character in Family Ties, at the age of 33. Despite her comedic charm on screen, Wendell's life was marred by personal and professional struggles. Growing up in Canada, she faced a turbulent childhood as her parents' volatile relationship ended in divorce, leaving her and her siblings to navigate a fractured family dynamic. Although she earned recognition for her roles in Seinfeld and The Wonder Years, Wendell was often typecast, limiting her career's growth. She married filmmaker Mark Humphrey, but their union dissolved after years of emotional distance and conflicting career aspirations. The couple had one son, Luke, who became her primary focus after the divorce. Wendell struggled with depression and feelings of professional inadequacy, further compounded by a long battle with cancer. She passed away on January 27, 2021, at the age of 66, leaving behind a legacy of nuanced performances that belied the challenges she faced in her personal life. Earl Bowen, born on August 8, 1941, portrayed Ed Barker, an authoritative and knowledgeable recurring character in Family Ties, at the age of 42. Earl's booming voice and commanding presence made him a sought-after actor in film and television, with notable roles in the Terminator series. However, his life behind the scenes was far from smooth. Raised in a strict household, Earl pursued acting as an escape but faced years of rejection before finding success. He was married to actress Carol Keane, and while their partnership was loving, her untimely death in 2001 devastated him. Earl never remarried and found solace in voice acting, which became a cornerstone of his career in his later years. He faced his own health challenges, including Parkinson's disease, which he battled in private until his passing on January 5, 2023, at the age of 81. Earl's legacy is one of perseverance and professionalism, admired by colleagues and fans alike. Bebe Besch, born on February 1, 1942, played Dr. Hewitt, a compassionate and intelligent character, at the age of 46 on Family Ties. Off-screen, Bebe led a life shaped by resilience and sacrifice. Born in Vienna during World War II, she and her family fled to the United States, seeking safety from the horrors of war. Her career flourished with memorable roles in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan and Tremors, yet she often lamented being overlooked in an industry that prioritized youth and beauty. Bebe never married, though she had a daughter, Samantha Mathis, who followed in her footsteps as an actress. Their bond was strong but strained by Bebe's demanding career and her health struggles, including a battle with breast cancer that ultimately took her life. Bebe passed away on September 7, 1996, at the age of 54, remembered as a dedicated actress whose talent far exceeded the recognition she received during her lifetime. Meredith Baxter, born on June 21, 1947, portrayed Elise Keaton, the warm-hearted and liberal mother in Family Ties from 1982 to 1989. At 35 years old when the series began, she brought depth to Elise's role as a progressive architect and devoted mother. Despite her success on screen, Meredith's personal life was tumultuous. She endured a difficult childhood marked by her parents' divorce and an emotionally distant mother. Her career flourished with roles in iconic TV movies, but she battled insecurities stemming from typecasting and struggled to assert her identity in Hollywood. Meredith married 4 times. Her marriages were fraught with challenges, including emotional abuse in her second union. She had 5 children, Molly, Peter, Kate, Eva, and Ted, but balancing motherhood with a demanding career took its toll. Her biographical revelations later exposed her battles with breast cancer and alcoholism, showcasing her resilience. Now at 77, Meredith lives quietly, dedicating her time to advocacy work and painting, having retired from acting to focus on her well-being. Michael Gross, sharing the same birthdate of June 21, 1947, as Meredith Baxter, was 35 when he first appeared as Stephen Keaton, the compassionate father in Family Ties. Stephen's idealistic values reflected Michael's off-screen commitment to his craft and causes. Gross had a relatively stable upbringing compared to his peers, but his career path wasn't without hurdles. Post-Family Ties, he struggled to escape the shadow of Stephen Keaton, with subsequent roles in cult hits like Tremors gaining modest recognition. Michael married Elsa Bergeron in 1984, and while their union endured, their life wasn't without sorrow, enduring miscarriages and the challenges of managing a blended family. A train enthusiast, Michael poured himself into this hobby as a refuge from the pressures of fame. Now 77, he continues to act in small projects and enjoys a tranquil life in Santa Fe, often seen promoting rail preservation initiatives. Michael J. Fox, born June 9, 1961, captivated audiences as Alex P. Keaton, the sharp-tongued conservative eldest son, starting at 21 years old. A breakout star of Family Ties, Fox transitioned seamlessly into a film career, starring in classics like Back to the Future. However, his meteoric rise was accompanied by immense personal struggles. Diagnosed with Parkinson's disease at just 29, he initially kept it secret, battling depression and substance abuse as he grappled with his deteriorating health. Michael married actress Tracy Pollan in 1988, and together they have 4 children, Sam, twins Aquina and Skylar, and Esme. Despite their enduring love, his illness posed challenges to their family dynamic. Beyond his diagnosis, Michael faced professional setbacks, losing roles due to his declining physical condition. Now 63, he remains a beacon of hope, channeling his energy into Parkinson's research through his foundation, though he candidly admits the toll the disease has taken on his daily life. Justine Bateman was born on February 19, 1966. She portrayed Mallory Keaton, the fashion-savvy and somewhat ditzy daughter, in Family Ties from 1982 to 1989, starting at the age of 16. Despite her character's bubbly and comedic nature, Justine's life outside of Hollywood had its darker moments. She enjoyed early fame but struggled to find roles that matched her talents after the show ended, leading to feelings of professional stagnation. Battling societal pressures for beauty in Hollywood, she openly discussed the harmful effects of ageism in her book Face, 1 Square Foot of Skin. Her romantic life was tumultuous, involving short-lived relationships and a challenging marriage that eventually ended in divorce, leaving her to raise her 2 children alone. She has since turned to writing and directing, finding solace in creativity. Now 58 years old, she advocates for mental health and women's empowerment, though she admits that the wounds of her career's highs and lows remain raw. Tina Yothers, born on May 5, 1973, played the role of Jennifer Keaton, the sharp-witted and tomboyish youngest daughter, at the age of 9. On screen, Jennifer's maturity and pragmatism endeared her to audiences, but off-screen, Tina grappled with the pressures of growing up in the limelight. As a child star, she often felt the need to maintain an idealized public image, leading to a strained relationship with her body and mental health. Post-Family Ties, Tina attempted to pursue a career in music with her band Jaded, but the endeavor failed to gain traction, leaving her feeling disillusioned. Her personal life was equally complex. Although she married and had 2 children, financial instability and public scrutiny took a toll on her family. Additionally, the abrupt end to her acting career left her questioning her self-worth. Now 51, Tina lives a largely private life focused on her family, though she occasionally appears in reality TV and interviews, reflecting on the bittersweet nature of her early fame and the personal cost it brought. Brian Bonsol, born on December 3, 1981, joined Family Ties in its later seasons as Andrew Andy Keaton, the youngest sibling, starting at just 5 years old. His innocent charm made him a beloved addition to the series, but the early exposure to fame set the stage for a tumultuous life. After the show ended, Brian struggled to find direction and eventually left acting altogether. Adolescence brought with it substance abuse issues, and his life became marred by arrests for assault and probation violations. Despite these setbacks, Brian attempted to rebuild his life, finding solace in music and forming a punk band. He married in his 30s and became a father to a son, but the scars of his troubled youth and the pressures of child stardom have been difficult to shake. Now 43, Brian focuses on his family and music, working hard to stay sober and put his chaotic past behind him. However, his journey serves as a cautionary tale of the dark side of early fame. Tracy Pollan, born on June 22, 1960, joined Family Ties as Ellen Reed, Alex P. Keaton's free-spirited and artistic girlfriend, when she was 25 years old. Despite Ellen's deep emotional connection with Alex, Pollan's real-life relationship with fame was more complicated. Raised in a wealthy but emotionally distant family, Tracy struggled to carve out her identity in an industry obsessed with appearances. Before meeting Michael J. Fox, she endured a turbulent romance with actor Kevin Bacon, which ended amid rumors of infidelity. Married to Fox in 1988, the couple has 4 children, Sam, twins Aquina and Skylar, and Esme, but their marriage wasn't free of hardship, particularly after Fox's Parkinson's diagnosis, which strained family dynamics. While Tracy remained supportive, she sacrificed much of her own career to focus on her husband and children. Now 64, she leads a relatively private life, occasionally appearing in small roles, while dedicating herself to her husband's foundation and family. David Wall, born on September 22, 1953, brought an air of relaxed positivity to Family Ties as Oscar, or Peter Good Vibes, at the age of 32. While his character exuded calm and optimism, David's real life was marked by struggles that often contradicted his on-screen persona. Raised in a strict and emotionally distant household, he sought solace in acting from a young age. Despite being a talented character actor, his career never reached the heights he dreamed of, leaving him to juggle small roles and financial instability. Married briefly in his 40s, David's relationship ended due to his partner's frustration with his unpredictable work schedule and mounting debts. The couple had no children, and David later expressed regret about his solitary lifestyle. Throughout his life, he battled with depression and feelings of inadequacy, worsened by the deaths of both his parents within a short span in the late 1990s. Now 71 years old, David lives in relative obscurity in Los Angeles, occasionally teaching acting classes and sharing his wisdom with the next generation of performers. Mark Price, born on February 23, 1968, became a household name when he portrayed Irwin Skippy Handelman in Family Ties from 1982 to 1989. At just 14 years old when the show began, Mark brought Skippy to life with a blend of comedic awkwardness and endearing loyalty. Off-screen, his childhood was far from idyllic. Mark grew up in a tumultuous household marked by financial struggles and his parents' divorce when he was 10. Despite his early success, his career after Family Ties dwindled, relegating him to smaller roles and stand-up comedy gigs. Mark never married and often spoke about the difficulty of maintaining meaningful relationships due to his hectic early career and the shadow of his parents' failed marriage. He experienced significant personal loss in his 30s, including the death of his mother to cancer and estrangement from his father. Today, at 56 years old, Mark lives a quiet life, working behind the scenes in television production and occasionally touring as a comedian. Jon Dukakis, born on June 9, 1958, took on the role of Jeff Wakefield, Mallory Keaton's charming and considerate boyfriend, at 25 years old. Behind his clean-cut image, Jon faced a series of personal and professional challenges. As the stepson of politician Michael Dukakis, Jon struggled to carve out his own identity, feeling overshadowed by his family's political prominence. After Family Ties, his acting career faltered, leading him to transition into music management, where he achieved moderate success. However, his professional life was not without its setbacks. He faced multiple financial disputes and a failed business venture that left him in debt. His love life was equally rocky. Jon's marriage to a fellow entertainment executive ended in a contentious divorce after 12 years, during which they had 2 sons. The dissolution of his family, combined with the stress of his career struggles, took a toll on his mental health. At 66, Jon is retired from the public eye and lives quietly in New England, focusing on philanthropy and occasionally reflecting on the complexities of balancing fame, family, and personal fulfillment. Scott Valentine, born on June 3, 1958, was 27 years old when he joined Family Ties as Nick Moore, Mallory's artistic and unconventional boyfriend. Behind his tough guy persona, Scott faced considerable hardship. As a young man, he survived a near-fatal motorcycle accident that left him with lasting physical challenges, forcing him to pivot from his dreams of becoming a classical actor to lighter, TV-friendly roles. Despite his charismatic performance on Family Ties, he struggled to break out of the Nick Moore stereotype, leading to a career mostly comprised of guest appearances and low-budget films. Scott married twice but faced the heartbreak of 2 divorces. His first marriage ended due to his demanding career, and his second fell apart under the strain of his financial difficulties. He has 3 children, whom he describes as his greatest joy, but his relationship with them has been strained by his work-centric lifestyle. Now 66 years old, Scott resides in New York and spends his days mentoring young actors while reflecting on the ups and downs of his tumultuous life. Courtney Cox, born on June 15, 1964, played Lauren Miller, Alex Keaton's intelligent and driven girlfriend, from ages 23 to 25 during her stint on Family Ties. Though she appeared to have it all during her rise to fame, Courtney's life was filled with private struggles. Raised in Birmingham, Alabama, her parents divorced when she was 10, leaving her deeply affected by the lack of stability in her early years. Her career soared post-Family Ties, particularly with her iconic role in Friends, but fame came at a personal cost. She endured a highly publicized and painful divorce from actor David Arquette, with whom she shares a daughter, Coco. Courtney also faced the heartache of multiple miscarriages before Coco's birth, making her journey to motherhood a difficult one. Despite her struggles, Courtney remains resilient. At 60 years old, she is happily engaged to musician Johnny McDade and continues to act, though she prioritizes her role as a mother and advocate for women's health. Robert Costanzo, born on October 20, 1942, portrayed Andrew the waiter, a minor but memorable character in Family Ties, at the age of 42. Known for his jovial demeanor on screen, Robert's life behind the scenes was far more complex. Growing up in a working-class neighborhood, he struggled to make a name for himself in Hollywood, often being relegated to supporting roles due to his distinctive appearance and voice. Although he became a prolific character actor, appearing in dozens of films and television shows, the lack of leading roles left him feeling undervalued. Robert's personal life was marked by heartbreak. His longtime partner left him after years of unresolved tensions about his demanding career. He never remarried and has no children, which he later admitted was a source of deep regret. In his later years, Robert suffered from health issues, including diabetes and heart complications. Now 82, he lives a reclusive life in Los Angeles, occasionally lending his voice to animated projects but largely withdrawing from the industry that both made and disappointed him. Alan Blumenfeld, born on September 4, 1952, portrayed George Bellac, a quirky and humorous recurring character in Family Ties, beginning at the age of 32. Blumenfeld's career was a mix of highs and lows. While he enjoyed steady work in television and film, he often felt overshadowed by more prominent co-stars. Raised in New York, his childhood was riddled with familial tensions due to his parents' volatile marriage, which ended in a bitter divorce. Alan married Catherine James, a fellow actor and theater coach, and they have 2 sons, Mark and Ethan. Although their marriage has endured, they faced financial challenges and the strain of managing both careers and parenthood. Blumenfeld's personal struggles included a battle with depression and a near-fatal car accident in the early 2000s, which left him physically scarred and emotionally shaken. Now 72, he continues to work in theater and independent films, using his experiences to mentor aspiring actors, though he largely avoids the limelight. Enid Kent, born on January 14, 1945, brought warmth and depth to the role of Phyllis Evans, a friend of the Keaton family, at the age of 37. Off-screen, her life was a stark contrast to her supportive and kind character. Enid's childhood was marred by instability, as her parents divorced when she was young, leaving her to navigate a fractured family dynamic. Despite her early struggles, she pursued acting, but her career never reached the heights she had envisioned. After Family Ties, Enid appeared in smaller roles on television but struggled with typecasting, limiting her opportunities. Her personal life was equally challenging. Enid endured an unhappy marriage that ended in a bitter divorce, and her 2 children became estranged from her for years due to unresolved family conflicts. Tragedy struck when she was diagnosed with breast cancer in her late 50s, a battle she eventually overcame but which left her physically and emotionally scarred. Now 79, Enid lives a quiet life, finding solace in writing memoirs and painting, but she remains haunted by the unfulfilled dreams and fractured relationships of her past. Who's your favorite character from Family Ties? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.